Imagine this. You find the letter, it's very old, handwritten, and smells of dried flowers. As you read it, you realize it's from your great grandmother, and it talks about her hopes, her heartbreak, and her dreams for the future. Then bigla mong na-feel, hindi lang siya sulat, totoong tao siya, may tunay na kwento. That is the magic of biographical context. When we read stories, poems, or novels, learning about the author's life can feel like finding a treasure map. It gives us clues, it makes the story deeper and more meaningful. Biographical context means understanding a literary text better by learning about the author's life, beliefs, and experiences. Ibig sabihin, mas nauunawaan natin ang kwento kapag alam natin ang pinagdadaanan or pinaniniwalaan ng sumulat nito. It helps us see how an author's life influences what he or she writes, the characters, themes, tone, and events. Kung minsan, makikita natin sa kwento ang mga karanasan ng author. Para bang sinasabi niya na ito ang totoo kong naramdaman noon. Let us take Yasunari Kawabata, a Japanese Nobel Prize-winning author. He lost his family at a young age. Parents, grandparents, even his sister. He grew up surrounded by silence, pain, and loneliness. In his story, The Grasshopper and the Bell Cricket, the narrator sees a group of children playing at night, searching for insects with handmade paper lanterns. One boy calls out that he found a grasshopper and offers it to anyone who wants it. A girl named Trujillo runs to him. She takes the insect and gently says, "It is not a grasshopper. It is a bell cricket." It is a quiet, touching moment. But when we know Kawabata's life, the story becomes even more meaningful. The story shows his love for small, beautiful moments that most people ignore. The grasshopper becomes a symbol of how something ordinary can become precious, just like how quiet love or kindness can change someone's world. Now let us look at one of our own, Francisco Balagtas, also known as Francisco Baltazar. In Florante at Laura, Florante suffers injustice and betrayal, tied up in a dark forest far from home. But it is not just a love story. It is a reflection of Balagtas's real pain. He was once unfairly imprisoned because of a powerful man who envied him. Through poetry, Balagtas showed the pain of the abused and warned against blind loyalty and power abuse. Florante's voice was Balagtas's voice, telling the truth through verse. Sa literature, naipaglaban niya ang katarungan. So when using biographical context, we try to connect what we know about the author to what we see in the story. Here are some fish tips on how to apply them. First, what do I know about the author? Alamin muna kung saan siya galing, anong klaseng buhay ang meron siya, at kung may remarkable experiences siya. Minsan, yung kwento niya ay galing sa sarili niyang karanasan. Next, are there parts of the story that reflect the author's struggles, culture, or beliefs? Habang nagbabasa ka, pansinin mo kung may mga problema or emotions sa kwento na parang totoong naranasan ng author. O baka may culture or tradition sa kwento na galing sa lugar kung saan siya lumaki. Last, Would this story be different if it were written by someone else? Isipin mo how the author can influence the story. Ang paningin niya sa mundo, feelings at mga experiences niya ay nagbibigay ng kakaibang kulay sa story. Iba ang kwento kapag iba ang sumulat. Pero, how do we use them in analyzing literary texts as expressions of individual and communal values? Here's the trick. Do not just retell the author's life story. You do not need to explain everything about the author's life. What you should do is this. Make a connection between the author's experiences and the story. Tulad ng mga fish tips natin, ask yourself, did something in the author's life inspire this story? And do the characters or themes reflect what the author felt or went through? Let us look into some examples. First, Kawabata's loneliness led to gentle and quiet stories. Diba, nalaman natin that Kawabata grew up feeling alone and quiet? That's why his stories are also soft, calm, and focused on small emotions or quiet moments. Sunod naman, Balagtas' personal pain which led to characters who suffer from injustice. Kanina natutunan natin that Francisco Balagtas was once unfairly imprisoned. That is why he created Florante, a character who experiences betrayal and injustice, showing the pain of those who are abused by power. Now, biographical context can also help you understand the following. First, characterization. Are the characters inspired by real people in the author's life? Next, theme. Do the author's beliefs or values appear in the message of the story? And tone. Does the author's past affect how the story feels? So it's time to check your understanding of the lesson. Let us play a game called Author Life Mirror Challenge. Choose one author you know, then comment the following: his or her name, his or her country of origin, title of one work by the author, and how does this author's life reflect in the story. Post your answer in the comments. So what is the treasure? The author's life can help us unlock the deeper meanings of a story. Their memories, struggles, and beliefs are often hidden in the lines. So the next time you read a poem, a short story, or even a novel, ask, what piece of the writer's life am I holding in my hands? This is biographical context. Nice work today, class! Natapos na naman natin ang isang lesson na siguradong makakatulong sa pag-level up nyo sa school, life, and the future. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell para lagi kayong updated sa bago nating lessons. Pwede nyo ring i-share sa mga classmates and friends nyo para sabay-sabay kayong mag-level up. See you next time dito sa Learning is Easy with Teacher Fish.